Crowd. In fact, I think if anything, more people have shown up. 7-5. McFadden, who missed a field goal and made one. Kicking off, and the former Eagle Herman Hunter will be waiting. Herman Hunter at the goal line. Hunter has a hole. Herman Hunter breaks out, gets to the 39-yard line. Good return by the fellow that Buddy Ryan released before the season started, and he ended up in Detroit. 39-yard return.
The good thing about this return, Tommy, as you can see, Hunter goes up the middle, and he's very decisive. He sees a seam on the outside, takes advantage of it, keeps going, doesn't hesitate, doesn't dance in the hole, keeps penetrating, getting up the field, and brings it back to the 39. A good run by Herman Hunter.
He's a good third down receiver, too, on spot situations. It's a 1st and 10. Joe Ferguson back to throw on his first play of the second half. It's a screen, and he throws it low to James. Reichenbach was there. That might have been good, but not to complete.
Yeah, you're right. But his feet were so bad that time, he threw that ball falling away, and you can't even complete a short pass when you're trying to throw it from that position.
Some stats on the two number 12s. Rushing yardage, 100 for the Eagles, 15 for Detroit. Passing yardage, 83. Passing yardage, 14 for the Eagles. Sacks, 8 for 52 yards, and 2 for 20 for the Eagles. Ferguson is 3 of 13 for 103 yards. Boy, that's some average.
See, the Eagles,
one of them was a touchdown.
The Eagles are changing their alignment a lot, trying to confuse the blocking response. There he goes again.
For all of it, and he's after Chadwick. Well covered by Cooper. And the ball was a real spaceship. Good tight spiral. Good coverage.
Terry Hogue that time, the safety man, was all involved in it too. Watch him come over to try to make the play. Cooper is right there trying to make the play, but Terry Hogue, 34, is coming into the picture to try to help out, but he doesn't get there soon enough, a little bit late as far as trying to help out of the post area. But that's fine. You got to keep throwing that ball because you're going to get one big play, and the way this game is going, you get one more touchdown or maybe two, and school might be out.
Ferguson has come out firing, but so far blanks. It's 3rd down and 10 after a good run back of the kickoff by Hunter.
Now you got a one-on-one again on Evan Cooper on the left side.
Ferguson being chased out by Joyner and throws it away right into the Detroit bench. And Arnold will come on for the punt. Advantage Eagle defense. Holding against Detroit. They won't worry about this. They'll take the kick, make the punt.
The real trick with this,
number 61 on the offense, only replying 4th down.
The real trick, even though you should throw the ball and you got people open, the trick really is to get maximum security, to make sure you pass block well enough so the quarterback can step and throw and get rid of the football. He wasn't able to do that time, and he had a chance for another big play had they blocked for him.
Maximum security.
Yes.
You've got this figured out. You got a cop on defense, maximum security. 4th down and 10. Arnold now in, and it's getting just cool enough in the shadows to get those hands a little crusty. Eagles are shifting on that line. Maybe they're going to try to block it. They almost got one. They're coming. Kenny Jackson didn't get it, but it forced a bad kick, and Garrity at the 27. Garrity's getting away, and if he'd have gotten back, the crowd was beginning to get to their feet. Good coverage by Detroit. Tom Brookshire and Hank Stram at Veterans Stadium, Philadelphia. 2 3-7 teams. And boy, the Lions have come in here and blitzed the Eagle offense right off the field in the first half, but the lead is only 7-5. Ferguson, the quarterback for Detroit, has thrown that touchdown pass, and young Cunningham has really not gotten much going, except briefly in the second quarter.
I think the other thing going into the game, I think the Eagles expected a soft defense on 1st and 2nd down, and they haven't been able to get that at all. They've had to throw the ball 10 or 15 times on the 15 times they had the ball on 1st and 10 situations.
Looks like they're trying to rectify that, but Haddock's got nothing but an Excedrin that time. He got hit hard by Eric Williams. Now, Eric Williams is the big guy that was under the tutelage, if I can say that, of Doug English. Doug took him under his arm and showed him around the league. When Doug left, he left a 280-pounder that can really play. Figures, doesn't it?
He sure does.
English was some player. 2nd down and 8. Inside draw play. Haddix may have gotten a couple of yards.
They tried to run a trap that time inside of Gay, and they caved it in very well. Chicago, Atlanta, 10-10.
Haddix, by the way, number 26, was taken in front of James Jones in that draft of '83. Dickerson, Kurt Warner, and Michael Haddix were taken before Jones, and Haddix is down on the field, and we'll keep you posted on what it is. Third down and about 5. The head trainer and Dr. DeStefano and the medical staff are checking on Haddix's left knee. He did sort of walk off like he could put some weight on it.
Yeah, that was good. That's a good sign. At least he wasn't able, didn't have to be carried off the field.
Cunningham has 61 yards rushing and 69 yards passing. Third down and 6. Will he run or will he pass?
Here they come again, blitz.
A good throw, a very quick throw, enough for a first down. He was forced back after getting to the 39-yard line. Bobby Duckworth, the rap on Duckworth was that he wouldn't catch it coming inside, but he took the shot then and got the first down reception.
He got hit right about the time he made that catch, and it's a good thing it was thrown where it was, or else he'd have had a hard time hanging on the football.
His first catch as an Eagle. And a first down. Cunningham bringing him out. Got him in the I formation now behind him. He's got Tony and now Byers. The Ohio State All-American spins for, what, a couple of yards? Detroit play the line of scrimmage tough. Eric Williams and Maxwell.
That's the first time they've run that sprint draw where they didn't make good yardage. And Sheldon Robinson, number 51, came in from the inside linebacker position and filled it well and maintained a good inside-out position on him all the way.
12 minutes plus here in the third period. Nothing yet. Second down and 7. Cunningham now is coaching as much as he is playing quarterback. He's had to explain the snap count about 10 times. Here he is, straight drop back. Throws it between Quick and the tight end turning outside, and Spagnola has not had a ball aimed at him the entire afternoon.
He didn't even catch one in the pregame warm-up, I don't think. I don't know why they're saving him, or why they're not throwing to the tight end with that zone defense like they're playing it. Of course, they're playing more man-for-man on occasions, too, but they're still so concerned about the outside receivers that the tight end should be open.
And now Spagnola comes up, and Byers comes back in.
You know, if they're not going to use Spagnola, they just might as well play with 3 wide receivers.
Can't double all the wide receivers, can you?
Nope. Unless they got 12 people.
Third down and 8. Cunningham chased out of the pocket, throws a low one at the 45-yard line. Duckworth said he came up with it, and the official said he didn't.
Curtis Green that time, number 62, got a piece of his foot as he was trying to throw the football and made him throw the ball poorly on the last play. Curtis Green, number 62.
Advantage. Fellows in blue, their defense that time sort of took the punch out of Cunningham. He looked like he was depressed coming off. Telchik is in to kick. And Pete Manley is back to return. Telchik County, they only had 10 players in against the Giants. And it was a blocked punt that went 4 yards. Crowd beginning to get vociferous. This is a high kick, and unless it takes a good bounce, it doesn't. It takes the Detroit bounce, and it's touchdown at the 47-yard line. This is going to be a 4-yard punt or so. And as Coach Strahan said, the kicking game, is it important? There's a flag down.
That's the thing about fuzzy cement. When it hits that concrete, you never know how it's going to bounce, and if it bounces backwards.
An 11-yard punt as Gordon McCarter and his confused group try to decide what this one was. Telchik didn't look like he was being rushed. He looked like he just didn't get the ankle lock to me. hold it against Detroit. Telchik may get to lock and load again. May get a chance to re-kick. I don't know if he wants to or not.
I think what happened on the play, too, he didn't reach for the ball at all. He had it in close to his body, and anytime you do that, it's going right up in the air.
Well, if there's a choice, the Eagles certainly must punt the football again. And Buddy Ryan, well, I can't tell.
Holding, number 42, receiving team, during the kick.
During the kick.
10-yard
During the
penalty from
kick.
the spot of the foul. First down.
So the ball goes to Detroit, but they get the penalty on the end. And Telchik, I don't blame him. Get warm. It's 7-5, Detroit. If you lose 4 in a row, what he said was it should be 5 yards from where the ball was touched down, but it was actually 5 yards from where the foul took place.
That's right. That's right. You know, the other thing, Tommy, about these two teams today, you know, they're both 3-7, and they both look at the other team and say, hey, we're playing a team that's 3-7, so we ought to beat this thing. They forget that they're 3-7 too, see? And so it makes it a lot tougher than they think it should be.
The crowd loves it. You can hear that standing boo. Ferguson on 1st and 10. Good completion at the 29 to Jimmy Giles. Number 81's first reception of the day.
You know, the other thing about this a Lion team, when they go into a slot to the right, meaning they have both wide receivers on the same side, the Eagles bring their corners over, and so as a result, Giles is over there by himself, and it's hard to understand why they haven't done that more to reduce him a little bit, get him one-on-one on the safety.
Looks like Ferguson is trying to. Here he's changing the play. 2nd down and 3.
Look at him jumping around.
Well, they're moving around on defense, running straight at it. This is Jones, nowhere to go, stacked up at the 31-yard line. And Reggie White and that bunch, they can play it tough in there, enough for a first down.
Watch Reggie White after the play. Yeah, watch him. Look at, he grabs him. He gives him a little uppercut there and decks him. And Salem very wisely just talks to him a little bit. It doesn't swing back.
Reggie is a man of God, but for 3 hours on Sunday afternoon, baby, he's a tough motor scooter, I'll tell you that.
Here they come again.
Ferguson going for the fade pass, and Chadwick has it knocked away. Interference is going to be called against either Chadwick or Cooper. It was a fade pattern, and Ferguson threw it to beat the blitz.
I sure like the way he's playing quarterback today, because when he sees that opportunity, he takes advantage of it.
Cross interference. Number 21 on the defense. 1st and 10.
Another popular decision here in Philadelphia.
Here you see the ball going up in the air. Evan Cooper. And it looks like he gives him a little shot with the left hand. His left hand is on his inside shoulder, and for that reason, they call pass interference on the play. Good play on the part of the official.
Aren't you allowed to play the receivers anymore at all? He barely touched it.
No, not anymore, Tommy.
An 18-yard penalty in Eagle territory. It's 1st and 10. 7-5 Detroit lead. Ferguson, good strike. Chadwick, who's separated from the ball. That may be called a completion. If so, the Eagles would have the fumble. No. Incomplete pass is the ruling.
See, this time he throws in front of Cooper, and the ball is thrown a little high, but he should have caught it, held on to it. He didn't have a chance to tuck it away, Tommy, and as he got hit, it popped right out of there. Evan Cooper is a little upset anyhow because they're working on him, and he gave him an extra heavy shot that time as he made the kick.
Well, you know, the combined forces of NATO can't help a cornerback. You know what I mean? There's nobody out there likes you. You're all by yourself.
You're right. One of the two toughest positions, I think, in pro football are the corner positions and also the left tackle, because he's blocking a good rusher all
And
the
a
time.
coach is a close 2nd or 3rd, right?
Well, close. Coach is number 1 on the hit parade, yeah.
2nd down 10. Ferguson looking for Chadwick on the out. He has him. First down. Smooth looking out move. Let's go to New York City and Brent Musburger. Brent?
All right, Brookie, if Kevin Butler knocks on your door and he's got a pool cue, run the other way. Rebound is good, and the Bears have taken a lead on Atlanta. It's a tough afternoon for Mike Ditka. Let's go back to Brookie.
Tough afternoon for Mike Ditka, coach. It's a tough afternoon for him when he just goes to a practice with the Bears.
Oh, that's right. It's tough when he just attends a squad meeting. But I tell you, Ferguson, back to Ferguson, he's doing a good job of adjusting now. They're playing a lot more zone defenses, so now he's throwing in front of the defensive backs, and especially on Evan Cooper.
Chadwick with 106 yards on 3 catches, and that monumental touchdown catch in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Ferguson back. He gets hit just as he gets it off as Greg Brown came around behind the blocker and almost took the ball right off Ferguson's hand.
And Detroit's keeping both backs in to make sure they get maximum protection. But in spite of that, what Brown was able to get to the outside and get a piece of him right about the time he was able to throw the ball. There you see it. Ooh. There you see it. It looked like Lomas Brown, number 75, trying to block him, but couldn't get the job done.
Greg is a real good pass rusher. Remember, he was the one discovered on a construction site down in Washington, D.C., and he was about 230 pounds. Now he's 264.
They sent him over to the filling station, got him pumped up.
2nd down 10. Ferguson. He's got protection and knows it, and it's almost picked off. Intended for Giles, and Hogue and, I believe, Waters both thought they had a chance to INT it.
Here we see it again. Now, watch him trying to throw the ball inside. Hogue pops the ball up into the air. Follow the bouncing ball, and they don't get it. Falls incomplete. You know, the other thing, the linebackers are flying back there disregarding totally what's happening in the backfield because the backs are staying in the block. You can sneak the back out in the flat and make some big yardage.
Less than 10 minutes in the 3rd period, and this is 3rd and 10. Big play in this 3rd quarter.
Bump and run again. Let's see if they go up on top.
The
Let's see if,
safeties
there they are.
Chadwick doesn't know the ball has been thrown as Ferguson had to throw that one very quickly. Elbert Fowles had the coverage, and it looked like Hogue and about everybody came up the middle on the rush.
I tell you that Ferguson hasn't missed a lick today. Every time they've done something unusual, he's been able to spot it and try to get rid of the ball to the right guy. But the protection hasn't been good enough consistently, and that's why he hasn't had bigger plays.
This is out of Murray's range, so Arnold, the punter, will try to kick it, pooch it down inside the 20 somewhere. Cooper's back there.
This kind of a play at this field position and where the other team's playing offensively, if you had something in your offense where you could fake the kick, it might be pretty good.
Here's the poocher. Cooper's getting away from it. Getting over near it. 13-yard line. Touchdown by Scott Williams. 7-5, Detroit. Cunningham from deep in his own territory. Play action pass. Finds Mike Quick. Quick catches it and gets to the 27-yard line. Mitchell stopping him there. A 99-yarder this young man had in the first play of overtime a couple of years ago against Atlanta. And he ran the 99 yards in about 9.3. It was the fastest touchdown I've ever seen in this league.
He almost ran right through the tunnel.
That's right. Cunningham, 61 yards rushing. 1st and 10 handoff to Byers, who lets his blockers get him into the hole and maybe picks up a half a yard.
They changed the scheme a little bit. Early in the game, they try to run wide against the Lions with no success. Now they try to run straight ahead, and they still haven't succeeded in doing very much good at all. Running right at the defense, the Detroit Lions, and they're doing a great job. Look at this, Green Bay 31.
The Eagle offensive team averages only 28 rushes per game in the first 10 games, and you just don't win many football games rushing the ball for 28 shots. 2nd down 7, 8:24 left in the 3rd period, and it's 7-5 Detroit. Straight drop back. Now he wants to run. This is what he likes to do anyway. To the 46-yard line, a 1st down. He can excite the crowd with his madness, a 16-yarder.
And this is great feel on the part of the young quarterback. Look at this. He's going to throw the ball outside. He's faded. He sees the pressure on the outside, smells the inside area wide open, takes off and runs with it, tucks the ball away, and picks up the necessary yardage for the 1st down. Great play by Cunningham.
His older brother, Sam the Man Cunningham, former running back, Patriots, and All-American at SC. First and 10. This Cunningham is back, and he's sacked again, this time at the 35-yard line. Number 57, Vernon Maxwell, having himself quite a day.
And Crofer that time was also blitzing on the play. They had a double blitz that time, both of them coming. And I think this has really disturbed the flow of the offense of the Eagles a little bit. I don't think they expected this much blitzing at all. And it's a great change of pace. And Wayne Fontes has really done a good job. Watch Crofer on the outside, 55, goes right by Tony. Tony, number 25, he puts his head down and doesn't block him, and as a result, he goes right by him.
The 9th sack for Detroit. Earlier in the year, Dallas got 11. Lions may break a record. Second down and 19 now. Cunningham on the sprint out left. Getting some blocking. Now he's going to run with it. And he slides under a Detroit tackler at the 42-yard line. Safe.
You know, that kind of a rollout is fine, I think, Tommy, but I think it's much more efficient when you block down on the defensive end to keep the containment on the line of scrimmage and then roll outside. You got a lot more room, better vision, and you got a lot better opportunity to throw the ball downfield. They're trying to hook that defensive end, and it's very difficult to do.
I feel like the Detroit defense is sort of in sync with that Philadelphia offense. They almost feel what Cunningham or the Eagles are going to try to do.
Well, they act like one of them's in a huddle.
Third down and 14. Tough play for a second-year quarterback.
Now, this is their version a little bit of the 46. It's 36, see?
Notice he's not in the shotgun. He likes to take the snap, and he's sacked again. This is number 10. Green this time. And Ferguson.
Yeah, that's the unusual thing, Tommy. They got a three-man rush, and the two guys proceed. Look at this. Look at Ferguson. And look at Ferguson take Conwell and lick him, throwing right back in the backfield. And also Green comes through there. Curtis Green, 62. 5 guys on 3, and they can't block him.
They're hot on the trail. Telchik back to kick. It's 4th down, and call it 22. Telchik with a bad kick before hits just an average kick here. Taken by Manley at the 27. Manley trying to get to the wall, and it's covered and taken all the way back to the 26. Spagnola made the tackle. Detroit 7, Philadelphia. A sacking record set here today. Detroit last time got 11 in what, 1965?
If we don't see it here this afternoon, we're really going to have a scoop. It sure looks like it's going to be a record.
That was Karras and Roger Brown against Thurston and Kramer and those guys, Bart Starr and that bunch.
Well, that was way before my time. I was just a kid at that time.
Well, it's good to be here. We're going to see quite a defensive job by Wayne Fontes. There's Norris Reese, of course, the line coach that's working with him. And when you're 3-7, boy, you get somebody down by even 2 points. You try to nail them and keep them there. Good job. First down and 10. Joe Ferguson got the ball at the 30 for Detroit.
Now they got to throw in front of those defensive backs because they're playing zone, see?
There he does. Just
there
what
he
you
is.
said. Chadwick has another catch. He's collared after an 8-yard reception. Chadwick came out of Great Valley State up in Michigan as a free agent because some scout got up there and had a hangover and put him on the clock and had him at like 4.7. He's actually about a 4.38 or a 4.40 guy.
I think he looked at the clock. It was backwards. I tell you, Joe is doing a great job. I tell you, I can't believe what a great job Joe.
Huh? You're killing me. You're killing me. My ribs are hurting. It's second down and call it a long yard.
Look at the outside guy. They're going to pump it out there and throw it to him again.
Inside move. Does he get it? Jones tries the second effort, but they've got him trapped beneath. Let's see who was underneath there. Reichenbach was one. And Greg Brown under there. The one thing you could say about Darryl Rogers, and I really like the guy, is that he really takes good with bad. He has not overreacted one way or another against the team. I think he's been very good.
I think early, I'm glad to see he's got his jacket on. I think he was so concerned about who was going to start the game at quarterback, he forgot his jacket.
He asked us yesterday who we thought was going to start. It gave me a bad feeling, you know. But he's got Ferguson in there, and it's third down and less than a yard.
I thought they might bring Bobby Lane out of retirement.
Jones gets the first down and almost more as Cooper has to hang on. And the scary thing, obviously, about short yardage defenses is that if you break through that thin line, there's nobody there to tackle this big guy. The NFC East, and a lot of people think that's where the winner's going to come from. Giants are 8-2, and the Washington Redskins are 8-2. Dallas is right there, 6-4, and they've got a pretty good favorable schedule. And of course, next week after the NFL today, it's Dallas, Washington, right here, 4 o'clock. Second half of that doubleheader here on CBS. First and 10, straight drop by Ferguson. Right on the numbers again, and Chadwick this time couldn't hold on to it.
You know what happened that time? It hit his shoulder pads and bounced right out of there. I think that's what happened.
I love the quarterback's expression. When somebody doesn't catch one that's right in there, it's like, rats, how come he didn't get that one? Huh?
You should have seen Dawson when they missed one. He didn't say much, but he just looked at you like he was going to kill you.
And then probably fed it to you as quickly as possible to make sure you caught that next one.
Yeah, that's right.
Good quarterbacks go back to their best receivers. And he certainly used Chadwick a lot today, Ferguson. Second down 10.
Now they're 1-1. He's got to throw the ball up on top. See, no, now they backed off of it.
Ferguson reads it, dumps it across the middle. Let's see if Giles has it. Boy, that's some catch and a good throw. They call it incomplete. He can't believe it. And he threaded it that time right between the two backers.
You can't throw the ball any better than he's thrown it this afternoon.
I watched him in training camp when we were up watching the Eagles and the Lions at Oak.
Not until after he makes the catch and a first down.
6'3" and 240, and a Pro Bowler with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He just made too much money down here. Inside handoff. Jones gets one of his seldom carries, gets to the 21-yard line. Ronell Young and Reichenbach tackling him there. Here's a patient guy. On a day when he might be, thinking about getting a 100-yard rushing day, he's been very patient and done his job.
Well, I think you have to sell your squad on the idea. This is what the plan is going to be. We're going to look badly during the course of the game. Bad, I should say, I guess. But you got to understand, the plan is we got to keep throwing the ball, get the big play, run enough to keep them honest. But this is the plan, and everybody has to understand it. The only thing that's important is you win the game. Nothing else matters. Just win the game.
Second down and 7. Mistakes taste better when you win. I swear they do. Handoff outside. Scott Williams piles inside the 20-yard line of the Eagles. Now the clock, of course, working against Philadelphia. Should the Lions get anything on the board? They've got Eddie Murray, they call him Money Murray. He's one of the best kickers under pressure. But they're probably thinking 7 points and the clock, which has a little over 7 minutes on it. Third down and 6. Ferguson may have changed this play. Going for the fade pattern. Bland has it knocked away right at the goal line. He and Cooper were both stretching for it.
It's a good shot at it. You see, there's about 10 or 12 plays, Tommy, that you're going to get an opportunity for the big play, and you better take advantage of it. And if you get 3 of them and hit on 3 of them, you're going to get 21 points. That was a good move, even though it didn't succeed. That was the thing to do.
Here is Money Murray, the all-time Detroit scorer, from 38 yards, and the Detroit lead. The Blue have a lead. But McFadden is a good kicker on the other side, and we got 7 minutes left. It's 10-8.
At the Atlanta 20-yard line. Handoff is again to Calvin Thomas. And Thomas ahead for 5 or 6. And more importantly, they're running that clock down. 3:08 left to play.
Well, you see how it loosens them up. We talked about that. Boom, you hit one to call. Now that softens the defense. Then you can come. Boom, you hit, a couple runs in there, and it's not as tight a defense as it's been.
Dan Henning, 2nd and 4. Bears just trying to chew up that clock and maybe get some more points on the board. 2nd down. They're at the Atlanta 14. A handoff is again to Calvin Thomas.
The distance to the goal line, 1st and 10.
A 10th penalty against the Eagles. 93 yards and 6 minutes, 58 seconds. They don't necessarily have to go 93, but you've got to try to get a field goal attempt from 35 in, perhaps, to be sure.
I have to give the Eagles a lot of credit for the way they covered that last kick. They really got down there in good shape.
Cunningham tossing. Back to Tony. Anthony Tony breaks out over the 20. Tony knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line, midfield, before Devon Mitchell could catch him. Now, Tony was a fullback at Texas Aggies, and nobody thought he was worth more than a 4th-round draft choice.
I couldn't believe the 43-yard run, but I couldn't believe the block of Jackson. Watch the block on the line of scrimmage. It's John Spagnola, number 88, on Kofor, knocks him down. And look at Jackson downfield. And Galloway misses the tackle, and Tony goes down the sideline for 43. Boy, what a big play.
And he was on IR to start the season. Myers gets trapped before he gets to the line of scrimmage, and they lose 3 at the left side. Big Eric Williams was in there.
And from that formation, they've got a soft cornerback on one side or the other. They're playing a double tight and a double wing with 2 wide receivers. It looks like they can throw the ball in front of one of the defensive backs, and I'm surprised they didn't take advantage of it on the last play. This has really been the difference of the 2 quarterbacks, experienced and non-experienced. Ferguson has been doing that, and Cunningham has not.
A 43-yard run by Tony, a 4-yard loss by Byers, thanks to that good Detroit rush with Eric Williams. Edge are going to get tight. 6:03 on the clock. As I said, 2nd down and 14. The Eagles burn one of their timeouts. Probably better than making a mistake. How can you make a mistake when you're young? It's 10 days. In Philadelphia, the Mummers come out and they play all this stuff. It's wild.
Yeah, it's like living like New Orleans.
It is, that's right, where you live, of course.
Yeah, where they eat them swimps.
Philadelphia, there are a lot of things we like here. Scrapple, Bobby Rydell and Frankie Avalon, those kind of things. Mario Lanza, and we like good football. All right, we got a ball game here. It's 10-8. We're at Vet Stadium. We got 6:03 left, a 2nd down and 14. We're still in Eagle territory, 2nd down and 14. Cunningham is the quarterback. And 2 timeouts left for Philadelphia.
I can't believe they haven't thrown that tight end more.
Here's the fake draw, the throw to Kenny Jackson. Jackson stops the clock at the 41-yard line of Detroit. Pretty good little fake by Randall Cunningham.
Very good. And they moved the pocket, and he got away from all the rush. Had plenty of time to throw the ball outside to Jackson.
12-yard pickup. Ferguson caught, or actually hit a 72-yard touchdown pass to Chadwick. Cunningham has 100 yards rushing. He's the quarterback for Philadelphia. He's been sacked 10 times. And they've gotten 1 safety, the Eagles did, on Greg Brown's tackle of Ferguson. Right here, right now, we got 3rd down and 2.
And they don't look like they know where to line up. Here they
roll out. He wants to run with it. Of course he does. 1st down, Cunningham, and his head goes against the turf.
He almost waited too long that time to escape. It looked like he was going to get caught in the backfield.
He is an escape artist. Ferguson was after him all the way around. Myers on the sidelines. Otho Davis working on the #1 draft. He's got $600,000 up front to sign. So he is worth a lot to this franchise. 1st and 10 now. 5.5 minutes on the clock.
Look at the left outside there. He ought to be able to throw a sideline pattern to the left side.
He's going to the right side. Finds Jackson in the seam at the 25-yard line. Jackson has it and gets hit very hard. Demetrius Johnson and Galloway pinched him in, but he caught it for 12 yards.
They had a double coverage on him that time, too, and in spite of it, he threw the ball right between the corner and the safety. He got it right on the money.
McFadden has made 2 of 3 field goals today. And the Eagles have a safety plus their touchdown. That's how we have that 10-8 score. McFadden and Telchik are trying to act like there's nobody watching. First and 10. Cunningham back to Byers. Gets away from Harrell and is maybe picked up 3 yards on the outside. A little bit slow getting up.
Spagnola had a pretty good block on Kofor, but he couldn't hold it.
Oh, he's hurt.
Looks like he got banged on the play.
Remember his foot. That was the injury he came out of college with.
See if we can see Byers.
Boy, you could hear the contact on that, and Byers, of course, on this artificial surface, has an injury. Here's the naked bootleg by Cunningham. Cunningham to the 12-yard line. Maxwell barely was able to pull him down. The naked reverse.
Now, in this one, he doesn't tell anybody. They all act like it's going to be a sweep, and he takes off by himself. Look at him, and he cuts to the inside. Now, most quarterbacks would try to run to the outside and get out of bounds. He's trying to get as much out of the play as he possibly can. You know, I asked him the other day, why do you wear number 12? He said, I wear it because of Joe Namath. I was always a great Namath fan, and the first team I ever played with was the Eagle team. It's a Pop Warner team, and I wore. That's right. Yep.
He's got it going right now. First and 10. He's got 112 yards rushing. Straight ahead goes Charlie Crawford. The fans want to see the points. Clock is still running. The Eagles have 2 timeouts left.
You know, that from that formation, Tommy, and run the ball inside like they did on the same play. If he called that again and didn't tell anybody and kept the ball, he'd walk right in like he's tiptoeing through the tulips.
How about if he didn't tell Buddy Ryan about it?
Well, it'd be fine as long as it works.
Second down 9. If it doesn't work, get transferred. Huh?
That's right.
Second down 9.
You start hearing the traveling music.
A little over 3 minutes on the clock. 10-8 Detroit. Cunningham has it swatted away as they came with a safety blitz. Devon Mitchell came up the middle. Almost took it right off Cunningham's hand.
And he wasn't sure that time either. It didn't look like he really knew what he wanted to do with the ball. And by the time he got it done, why, the thing was blocked down by a defensive lineman.
Cunningham had completed 6 passes in a row till that deflection. Now he's got Tautalutasi, number 37, in. Garrity's out to the top of the screen.
This is where they ought to go.
Jackson and Quick.
They got a 1-on-1 on the left side. Let's see what they do here.
It's a throwing situation. Tautalutasi has it inside the 10-yard line at the 8. Jimmy Griffin hanging on there.
Man for man on the back of the flat. Griffin was right there to make the tackle, but he still made the catch.
Telchik is the punter, is the new holder, since Jaworski is up here in the stands right alongside us. 2 out of 3 for McFadden today. He missed one badly, the first one he attempted. Since then, he's been all right.
They have a pass from this where they roll Telchik out to the left. They surely wouldn't do it here, but
a 25-yarder is smack down the middle. Telchik finally gets a pulse. And Ron Jaworski's looking at the clock the way quarterbacks do.
watch McFadden's reaction after this kick. Good concentration, keeps the head still. There he goes. He knew as soon as he hit the ball that he popped it through there.
And don't step on my friend's foot.
That's right. Be careful.
Now it's an 11-10 ball game, but Detroit has a lot of time. They've got 2:15. The Lions still have all 3 of their timeouts, and they'll get a free one at 2 minutes. And they've got Ferguson, who has taken teams from the shadow a lot in his career of 14 years. So this game isn't over.
And they started that drive on the 8-yard line, didn't it? -8.
6 completions
Yep.
in a row before that.
The
one
big run
pass
by
was
Tony.
deflected. Yep, big run by Tony of 43 yards. You can see Eric Hipple in there with Baker talking to Ferguson. Leonard Thompson behind, also a great veteran.
Here again, the kickoff return and coverage is going to be very, very important for both teams. And it's very important that we'll see who wins this battle on this kick and kickoff return.
Last time these two teams played one another in '84, it was 23-23 after an overtime period. It does seem to get close, doesn't it? McFadden's kickoff. It's a skitterish one. Fielded at the 18-yard line. Run back out by Manley. Manley chased by Tony and thrown out of bounds. And Pete Manley can run.
This is what we were talking about. Look at this, a bad kick. And then look at the return on it. And the Lions have a great opportunity to come right back to kick a knuckleball down here.
Rogers is still in it, and he knows it. 2:03 left.
Look at that, it's a knuckleball, and everybody thinks somebody else is going to make the tackle. Schultz misses the tackle. Albert Fowles misses the tackle. And he's finally tackled by Tony from the backside, number 25.
Pete Manley, a dangerous return man. And what a time to do it. We're talking about an Eddie Murray field goal attempt now. 11-10 Philadelphia. Ferguson taking his time.
Look at the bump and run on the outside to see if he goes up on top.
Going to the outside is picked up. Seth Joyner with the interception.
That's the first bad ball he's thrown all afternoon as far as coverage is concerned. He had a one-on-one on the outside. I thought sure that's where he was going to go, to the right side, but he goes right back to the left side. The ball is intercepted. And the Lions have possession. Seth Joyner, number 59.
Worst read, or the only bad read really Joe Ferguson's had the whole day.
Only with all the decisions he had to make, that's the only bad one he made all afternoon, and it really cost him dearly because they had an opportunity possibly to win for a field goal at least.
Philadelphia's rushed for 229 yards, a season high for them. They've got to cover 2 minutes now and just keep the ball, as young Cunningham, who has 113 yards rushing, quarterbacks, and they make a mistake, and he takes it back to the 40 for a loss as Eric Williams stormed on in. Somebody went to the right, and Cunningham thought they were running to the other side of the formation. Giants coming back to beat Minnesota finally, 22-20.
Hard to tell what Pittsburgh's going to do from week to week. They win today against Houston.
Lions have 2 timeouts. They've got 1 minute and 52 seconds. Now Cunningham has got to do something with a first down, or the Eagles might have to turn the ball over. They're crediting that as the 11th sack against Buddy Ryan's offense. I don't know if you could call that a sack or not. I would have called that a busted play, but they don't put BPs in the book.
34. Seattle is really having a tough time.
What are you going to do to get a first down here to make sure, and without putting the ball in jeopardy? Huh?
Look at this.
What do? Do you throw a pass, or do you try to run twice more and kick it?
Yeah, I think you have to be very careful what you do. If anything, you might throw a play-action pass and try to hit something short, a high percentage kind of a ball, or else keep running the football and hope you can take as much time off the clock as you possibly can. Looks like they're leaning right here. If they're going to run, they might do something to the right side. They're going to roll.
Second down, 13. The linebacker has him from behind. He gets away from the linebacker. Oh! Detroit has the football. Mike Cofer has the football, and Detroit's got a golden chance. You can't run around playing schoolyard ball in the last 2 minutes of a pro football game.
No, that's like recess football. and he gets hit from the backside, and Kofer, number 55. Let's see if they knock the ball out from the backside. He rolls to the right side. There's Kofer taking the angle. Tony, makes a good block, but look at Kofer come up and make the play. In the process of twisting, the ball is knocked out of his hand. It's hard to tell by whom. Demetrius Johnson knocks the ball out of there, and it's recovered by Kofer.
Now remember, Eddie Murray is one of the great field goal kickers in this league. He's not yet within range, but there's plenty of time. 1:44 left.
Look at the outside again.
Ferguson. Uh-oh. Jones thought he was being wrapped up by the linebacker. Gary Cobb had number 30 in a stranglehold.
There again, Tommy, you know, they had one-on-one coverage on the outside. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it downfield where you don't have any help. It's one-on-one. You might get a pass interference penalty. You might make the catch, and it's a safe call if you throw it right.
Three times following 22 takeaways. That's 21 points, and yet they've taken the ball away. That was coming into today. Right now, they've got to get it done. 1:40 on that clock. Second down against Ferguson.
There they go.
He's going for the outside. There's Bland has the catch and then drops the football, but the flags are down. Giles was interfered with. Giles claims he was interfered with by Waters at the Eagles 27. That's what they're going to call. Bland was outside, but he wasn't the receiver.
Illegal contact, number 20 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, see, it was Waters that interfered with Giles. The ball was thrown to Bland on the outside, who didn't make the reception, and inside's where they caught it. But it's very important because another 8 yards, and Eddie Murray can come on and win this thing for Detroit.
1:34 left.
Ferguson changed the play.
Look at the outside, bump and run again.
Inside handoff. Jones to the 30-yard line, maybe beyond. Call it the 29. The clock is running. Lions still have 2 timeouts. For those of you that have been somewhere else, here in Philadelphia, it's Detroit trailing 11-10. Ferguson has the ball from Detroit with less than a minute to play, and they're getting ready for an Eddie Murray field goal to win for the Lions. Each team has come in 3-7, and it's been sort of a bitter battle. A lot of penalties. Buddy Ryan against Darrell Rogers.
And if you like defense, this was a great defensive game this afternoon, the way both teams were hitting.
And Detroit's quarterback has been number 12, Joe Ferguson, from Arkansas to Buffalo to Detroit. He had a touchdown pass in the first quarter for 63 yards. Since then, the Eagles have gotten a field goal and a safety and a touchdown. And now Detroit's trying to sew this ball game up. Jones inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. The power runner. Stringer gets up a little slowly, the offensive lineman. It looked like the Eagles had it sewed up with less than 2 minutes. And young Randall Cunningham, who's been brilliant at times for the Eagles at quarterback, fumbled the ball, and Kofer recovered for the Lions. And that's where we are now. Spagnuolo of the Eagles talking to Randall Cunningham, telling him it doesn't always bounce your way in this league. The Eagles burned their timeout, so they have 1 left. Detroit still has 2. 17 seconds.
And if you wanted one kicker in this position to win a game for you, Murray would be the guy. He's done a terrific job for the Lions.
Remember a few years ago when they had San Francisco on the ropes?
Yeah.
And he kicked a good solid kick and missed by, what, 8 inches? But he is the one. You mentioned 2 or 3 guys. You probably mentioned Anderson down at New Orleans. Murray. Luckhurst is having a little bit of a tough time right now. McFadden is a good kicker right here.
Yes, he is. But there's a lot of great kickers in the league. It's amazing how many great kickers there really are.
And they can go from team to team.
How about the guy at Kansas City?
That's right. Oh, well, Kitty's been one for years. From the 30-yard line, a 40-yard attempt. It's down. Detroit has put it on there. It's 13-11. Is win number 4 finally on the boards? It's called 41 yards officially, but Darrell Rogers isn't going to argue about the numbers on that.
He pumped it right through there like it had eyes.
Remember 2 weeks ago, the Eagles lost when they ran out of plays in time on the 2-yard line against St. Louis. Oh, there was no doubt about this. It was a good hold, too. Eric Hipple came in for the hold. Boy, he got it down perfectly, and they both knew it right away.
He knew as soon as he hit it. They always know as soon as they make contact with the ball, whether it's good or not, those great kickers.
Amazing thing was the Eagles had the ball back with less than 2 minutes to play and the lead.
Yes.
And Cunningham fumbled on sort of a wild rollout quarterback running play.
It's ironic that he would, as much as he's run this afternoon, that had that kind of a critical play why he lost possession of the football. And of course, again, you have to give the Lions an awful lot of credit for hanging in there as tough as they did all afternoon, and especially the way they played defensively. It was terrific.
See, Detroit can go take care of Tampa Bay, and they'll play very well against Tampa Bay after this. And the Eagles have got to sort of regroup a little bit. They've got Seattle, then they've got the Raiders. There's Joe Ferguson, the winning pitcher right now.
He's got to be relieved. Got another opportunity to win the game like they did after the interception he threw.
Now, the run-back man for the Eagles is a young fellow named Junior Toddle-Otosi.
They'll kick a knuckleball here, I'm sure. Or will they? No,
kick it
they're
in
gonna
deep.
kick it.
One timeout left for the Eagles. They'll touch it down. They'll start from the 20. And just keep in mind that Randall Cunningham can throw the ball out of this stadium. He has one of the strongest arms in the National Football League. There's the timeout story. There's the clock. The Eagles last week trailed the Giants 14-0, came back and scored 2 touchdowns with the young quarterback and ended up losing 17-14 to the Giants. The week before, they lost 13-10 to St. Louis. It's been a very, very tough year late. Cunningham, the quarterback.
Here's the old Big Ben play with 3 receivers on the outside.
Okay, 3 to the bottom of the screen.
And everybody back there expecting the play. Here it is.
Here it is. This looks like a tremendous kick. Duckworth has it taken away, and it's intercepted by number 42, Bostic. And that did it. Duckworth had a chance. And that's the game. And Darrell Rogers' team and Wayne Fonts have won this one 13-11. There's no love lost between 2 coaches after a tough game like this, but Rogers is trying to wave across to Buddy Ryan, and Buddy Ryan is already gone. Toddle-Otosi and Eric Williams, old schoolmates from Washington State. It's a lot of class here. Darrell's going to go over to try to find the coach, and he does find Kenny Iman, the offensive line coach for Philadelphia. In his second year, a year ago, it was a 7-9 exciting season, and this season's been tough because they've been in almost every game, and they've really lost something they thought they earned.
There you see Wayne Fonts giving him a little hug and hugging the players.
Hank, what's it like, though, when your team has really come back and won this one late, the way you laid it out, and now you get on a plane for a trip back home?
Yeah.
There's nothing like that, is there?
Well, when you earn a win like they did, you know, it was a taffy pull from the very beginning, and they finally wound up somehow, some way, finding a way to win it.
For Hank Stram, this is Tom Brookshire saying the final score, Detroit 13, Philadelphia 11. Stay tuned now for the NFL Today postgame show.
Defense carried the Bears to the Super Bowl title last year. They're on the same course they field this year. Household names and appliances have emerged from this unit. William Perry, Dan Hampton, Super Bowl 20 MVP Richard Dent. They help make up the #1 ranked defense in the league. There is a Bear offense. It's carried on the remarkably gifted legs of Walter Payton, the game's all-time rushing leader. There was more offense when Jim McMahon, the colorful, controversial quarterback, was healthy. He's gone for the season. Steve Fuller, for the last 3 years, has often been called on to replace McMahon. But tonight, against longtime rival Detroit, it'll be young Mike Tomczak who will start, and in the wings will be Doug Flutie. Flutie, a Heisman Award winner from Boston College, a high-priced general from the USFL, has been a Bear for only a few weeks. But last week, he sparked the Bears running, and with this pass to Willie Gault, and later a touchdown pass to Walter Payton. Flutie's celebrated counterpart for the Lions tonight is an NCAA records. He gets his first start tonight against the Chicago Bears here on ABC's Monday Night Football.